Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. So we are using pearls, mount feathers, cutter, scissors, millinery wire. The length is 21 inch, a hairband, velvet trimmings, your glue gun. You can use any glue of your choice. And basically those are the materials. Let's dive into the video. So the first thing I want to do is to cover or create an extension for tying my hairband at the back of my head. So just apply small amount of glue and then cut your velvet trimmings. Okay, so you can use from 8 to 10 inches or 12 inches maximum on both sides. Now you want to cover your base, which is the Alice band. So we are covering that with the same velvet trimmings we used for the tying. Okay, so after the coverage, after covering your Alice band, ensure that everything is well covered. Then the next thing we want to do is to add our first millinery wire. Okay, so as you can see from this particular tutorial, I bent it inwardly, like half an inch or an inch length. Okay, so that is going to create a hoop-like hairband for us. So once I make sure that the end is secure on my Alice band, I go on to add my beads to it. Now, the idea is to create a bead or a floating bead vine or something. Okay, so the first bead, you secure the first bead by adding glue to the wire, then push your bead down so that your bead can sit on the wire correctly without moving. So the first two beads, you want to secure them with your glue. So in this case, I'm using my hot glue. So as you can see, that's what I did. Now, I added my pearls. When I get to the end of the wire, I also secure the last end with my glue as well. Then from there, I went on to bend the wire inside to make it tight. That will prevent your beads from moving or anything. So with this one, I didn't use the right tool, please. So if you're using it, make sure you use the right tool. So after adding and bending and securing the beads, you can see how it looks like. In the video. Now we need a second millinery wire, and I have covered that with my velvet trimmings already. So now we are going to create a 2-tier hairband. Okay, we are going to create a 2-tier hairband at the comfort of your home. So the length of this particular wire was about 18 to 19 inches. It didn't reach 21 inches like the first one. So the second wire, is 18 inches. Okay, then you want to secure that on your Alice band, and when you are doing the placement, ensure that it is placed right in the middle of your Alice band, so you have an extra at the side, an extra space at both sides of the wire. Okay, ensure it is at the middle, because if it's not at the middle, it means that you are changing the alignment of your 2-tier. So with that one too, there's a technique I did in binding it together with the Alice band using the velvet trimmings. Please take a look at that particular section of the video as we continue. So as you can see in the video, I just added the second side, the other side of the Alice band, and secure it as well. Then once it's secured, we can now put our mount feather on it. If you don't know how to create a mount feather at the comfort of your home, let me know so that I can drop a video on that one. So once it is secured at the other end, I can now start binding my mount feather and then the beaded wire, or the wire that has the bead, to create a beautiful design. Okay, to create a beautiful design. So this is how basically you create your 2-tier hairband if you don't have an already made 2-tier hairband. So with that,